What's up, guys? Tier 2 Reckoning is out. It's been out for a couple of days. Now that people have gotten used to it, I kind of want to go over some optimized strategies, what you can do to increase your chance of winning, even with random groups, you know, matchmaking, things like that. Some people are under-leveled, especially, so they don't know what to use. They're still leveling up. They're not used to it. So I wanted to go over some strategies, yeah. So, for Tier 2, it's the same thing as Tier 1 at the beginning, anyway. You go in, Dominance starts, you start killing Taken. Once you get to 100%, instead of a boss spawning like in Tier 1, you get a bridge encounter. A door will open and you go inside. The objective for this will be to cap 6 flags in order to build your bridge and form it, and then get to the end. So the bridge encounter starts, you have about 40 seconds per bridge. The beginning I think is a minute, but from there on it gets 30 or 40 seconds each time you cap. So at the beginning you cap the first flag, it's just Shadow Thrall, nothing too crazy, you just kill them. And once you move on, it gets crazy. You get a major, one of 4 I believe. There's Ogres, Wizards, Centurions, or Knights. It'll always be the same one out of those 4. Now, there's also going to be snipers on the left and right edges of your bridge that you're going to need to contend with while you're in these fly caps. So the best loadout, in my opinion, super-wise, is having a Hunter that is on Orpheus Rigg's Tether, a Warlock with Well of Radiance with Phoenix Protocol or Lunafaction boots, and then another Warlock with Nova Bomb, Top Tree Cataclysm, with Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Why? Because Tether literally staggers everything in sight. You get your super back instantly, and then you can stagger other sections, meaning the front and the back. For Nova Bomb, you literally get your super back on hit. Doesn't matter what you can hit a bunch of Thrall, a boss, both. Instant super back, instant wipe for ads. So it's insane. It's just a staple. And of course, Well of Radiance is basically for healing purposes. It also gives you a damage boost, obviously, but mostly for healing purposes. Now, while you're doing this, your Tether or your Well Warlock should be shooting down these snipers each time you get up to the next flag cap, because it can get overwhelming. If you don't clear them while you're walking between flag caps, they can all snipe you, and then you die, and it screws you over, because in this encounter, if you get one team wipe, it's all over. If you get one team wipe, your res counter is like 15 seconds, and then even if you get up, you get spawned at the beginning of the bridge, so it'll take you like a good 20 seconds just to get back to your flag cap. So it's just an instant wipe no matter what. So you have to play this carefully, do these 3 supers, and you'll be fine. However, if you don't have access to any of these supers, it's not the end of the world. There's other options out there, such as Arcstrider or Bottom Tree Striker that you can use. These are just, in my opinion, the best ones to use out of all of them. Now, once you get to the end of the bridge, you're going to get a portal which will take you to a dark room with 4 corners, essentially. The objective in this dark room is to kill 2 Ascended Knights that spawn in the middle. Now, don't bother wasting your ammo on them immediately, because their health is insane, as well as them having the potential to one-hit you, especially with Blackout or Glass on for daily modifiers. What you're going to want to do is find a Hermit in the room. It'll be a glowing major. Again, it'll be one of 4 majors. It could be an Ogre, Centurion, Knight, or Wizard. You're going to kill this Hermit in that corner, and then once it dies, it'll spawn a well, basically the same well you would see in Gambit Prime for the Primeval. This will give you a damage buff that'll help you kill the Knights properly and not take, 3 centuries otherwise. Once you get into this well, you can put down your, Well of Radiance, your Tether, such and such. The Knights will follow you into this section, and you'll be able to start shooting them down. Now, keep in mind, once you get them to about half health, they'll lose their helmet, which means they'll become aggressive and start bum rushing you instantly. Not only that, but they can actually teleport behind you at this point, even when you get to the well. So the guns you're going to want to use here, in my opinion, are ranged weapons such as Whisper the Worm if you have a good snipe shot, 1000 Voices if your RNG is godly and you actually have the gun, and other methods could be Thunderlord, Hammerhead. If you're really, really brave and know your positioning well, you can use Legend of Acreus. Those are basically the top 5 weapons, but again, it doesn't matter too much as long as it's a ranged weapon and you have a coordinated DPS. Once you get them down to about half, which is what you will most likely get them down to in your first well, I would suggest playing the dodge game, because they can one-shot you, like I mentioned. You can go back to the middle, clear the Scions out. Another Hermit will spawn in the map somewhere. It could even spawn in the same section you were just in. You go back to that section, you kill the Hermit once again. They'll drop the well for DPS. Get inside the well. Make sure you're tracking the Knights, because at this point, they can literally just teleport from middle and to right behind you in the well in the corner of the map. Once you found the Knights, you start beaming them down with heavy. Make sure you use your super, especially that Nova Bomb, for insane DPS. Once you kill the 2 Knights, the encounter ends, and that is the end. You've made it. The reward for the end, aside from your synth that you placed at the beginning, is a chance at a weapon. There seems to be only 4 weapons for Tier 2. These weapons are Scout Rifle, which is the Night Watch, I believe, the Lonesome Sidearm, the Last Man Standing Shotgun, and the Soul Survivor Sniper. These come in random rolls, or they can come in curated, like in Gambit Prime. And that's about it for Tier 2, I believe, as far as we know so far. Tier 3 should be pretty insane and have the rest of the guns in the loot pool for the Drifter, for the Joker's Wild Badge. But until then, that is all. Hopefully this helps you guys and helps you farm your gear out. I'll catch you guys next week for Tier 3.